You're watching the news leader, WDAY.
Tonight on WDAY News at 5:30, the two men accused of being involved in a case of human smuggling that left a family of 4 to freeze to death on the U.S.-Canada border will go to trial tomorrow. Plus, the head of the biggest and most unique events in Fargo is stepping down. He's talking about the change and telling us who will take over ValleyCon. Well, the man behind one of Fargo's biggest annual events is stepping down. For more than 3 decades, Tony Tilton has run ValleyCon. That's a weekend-long expo that offers a place for thousands of fans of sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, and comics to come together. WDAY News reporter Kirsty Midday joins me now in the studio. And Kirsty, he shared with you why he's leaving the business.
Yeah, Mackenzie. Tilton says he's had a few health issues pop up this year, and he took that as a sign to focus on his film projects. He's had to put on hold because of how busy he is running ValleyCon. As chairman of ValleyCon, Tilton has brought big-name celebrities from the sci-fi and comic book world to Fargo. Tilton helped with the event throughout his high school years. He's actually been part of ValleyCon for 34 of its 49-year history. He's also created other popular events like the Fargo Fantastic Film Festival, Fargo Pop X, and the Fargo Moorhead Comic-Con. While he won't be running ValleyCon anymore, he'll still stay on as a consultant. An entertainment company out of Minot will take over ValleyCon by the end of this week.
I've got a lot of other things I want to do, and it's one of those things with running 4 large events every year gets to be a chore. You're constantly working on the next event and a year ahead of it. And it was one of those things that it was a lot of work, and I just was neglecting a lot of other things.
Coming up at 10, we'll tell you more about Tilton's long history with ValleyCon. In studio, Kirsty Midday, WDAY News.
Thank you, Kirsty.
When one door closes, another one opens.
And I've got a lot of other things I want to do.
How the man behind one of Fargo's biggest events is pursuing other dreams after retiring.
ValleyCon will celebrate its 50th anniversary next year without the man who's kept it alive for more than half of its life. Tony Tilton is stepping down, but not stepping away. WDAY News reporter Kirsty Midday talked with him about how it all started and where it goes from here.
And it was basically a comic book show back in the day.
Over the years, Tony Tilton has seen ValleyCon go from a comic book show to celebrity-filled event, and he's helped organize 34 of 49 of them.
In doing some of these events, it's fun to meet the celebrities. That they're all just normal people, and it's great fun just to meet them.
In fact, the chairman was the one who brought many of the celebrities in.
Kevin Sorbo.
His passion for entertainment and pop culture started early.
My brother and I were comic collectors and newspaper boys for the Forum, so we'd go down and spend our cash at the different stores in town.
So when ValleyCon came to town, when he was about 10 years old,
it was pretty cool. Big vendor room, and showed movies and gaming and stuff.
He knew he'd found his calling.
So we got involved with it at that point, and we were both just getting into high school.
After leaving to serve in the military, he came back to Fargo and to ValleyCon. The event draws thousands to the Metro each year.
The biggest pop culture event in the region.
It inspired Tilton to create spin-off events like the Fargo Fantastic Film Festival, Fargo Pop X, and the Fargo Moorhead Comic-Con. But after so many years in the business, he says he's ready to move on.
But I have a lot of other goals and a lot of other things, and some other business interests and some personal interests that I wanted to pursue that I really neglected for years.
Tilton says he's written, directed, and shot scenes for film projects he hasn't had time to finish. Some are more than 20 years old.
I've been running it for a very long time, obviously, and I had a couple of health issues this year that kind of exacerbated everything.
While he won't be running ValleyCon anymore, he'll stay on as a consultant. In Fargo, Kirsty Midday, WDAY News.
And Tilton says once he put the word out that he was stepping away, Unforgiven Productions out of Minot jumped on the opportunity. He will officially hand over the reins on Thursday, and then next year ValleyCon will be October 17th through the 19th.
Glad he's still consulting, though. Good person to call.
Exactly. All right, so our commute, you're telling me